Hi there, Spencer here again about the Mission Pilastro speakers. So this is the last speaker in the actual cabinet, and I just want to do a quick video about this. It isn't going to be as in-depth as the other speakers because there was more information about those that I'd found out. I haven't been able to find out much information on this speaker, apart from I suspect, looking at the material that the centre cone is made out of, that ScanSpeak themselves made this drive unit. Now, that's what I suspect, because a lot of their drive units and their higher valued custom drive units are actually made in the same material. And the same drive unit itself, I actually own the Mission Elegance range, and in the higher wattage amplifier or subwoofer, the 500 watt subwoofer, is the same drive unit. So that subwoofer actually used the Mission Pilastro drive units in the subwoofer, and that's where these actually came from. So these are actually spares from an actual Mission subwoofer that blew up so many years ago, and I was lucky enough to find them online and buy them as spares. The base units don't normally go unless you drive them really, really hard. So I suspect that the Mission Pilastro should never really need, one of these fitted. It's more always mid-range and treble that fail. But I just wanted to give you the model number of the speaker itself, just so that you don't have to take out your speakers in your own Pilastros. So this is the model number of the Mission driver. This is the subwoofer out of the Pilastro itself. It's LFE 8200A Sierra 2 Delta Papa Alpha 51. All right, so there is 4 of these in a Mission Pilastro, which are driven by a magnet. The other 4 in the speakers, or however many there is, I can't remember without looking, they don't have a magnet. They're driven by the air being pushed inside the actual cabinet. So the speaker itself, I have yet to find another speaker on the market the same as this after researching, with the same looks, size, dimensions. So I haven't yet found one. If you do, please post a message below, or information that you find. I have found the original manufacturer of the mid-range drivers and the original manufacturer of the tweeter units. Tweeter units are ScanSpeak, mid-range drivers are VIFA. VIFA are no longer trades because they were sold to China and then went into liquidation. And then the ScanSpeak trebles are still for sale today on eBay. So I've listed the item number, the model number of those speakers in the previous 2 videos. So this is obviously the 3rd video. The construction of this, you can see in the back, is actually steel. So this one's a lot heavier than all the other units, and is a completely different unit to the mid-range. The mid-range, I believe, is a cast aluminium body and a large magnet on the back. This feels more like a steel body to me, but I may be wrong. Obviously, so the model numbers there. The base drivers were fitted into the Elegance range, which is where these come from, and I hope this helps out. Obviously, I've made other videos of where to find the speakers. The last thing I just want to do in this video, because I didn't mention it in the tweeter video, I did mention it in the 2nd video with the mid-range, but I want to go over it again, is removing the tweeter unit. So to remove the tweeter unit out of the Mission Pilastros, you must first undo the mid-range, all the Allen keys all the way around, which are holding the ring on. So the ring holds the speaker in, so you undo all them. And then these bolts in the mid-range are all captive, so they're fixed inside the Pilastro housing. Once this is out, this is soldered on, so your mid-range driver is soldered onto the wiring, hard soldered. You need to either support that speaker, don't let it hang, or you need to desolder it and remove it completely out of the way. And then the tweeter unit, which sits in between the 2 mid-ranges, that is actually, so here's a casting I've had done. That is actually, these bolts here are actually nut and bolt. So when you go to undo them, you need to feed a spanner through the actual mid-range hole up to the back of the tweeter unit, put spanner on the back and undo the Allen key at the front. Alright, you can undo all three of those, or you can leave this in situ and undo those three. But when you pull it down out of the mid-range hole, so if you undo those three, you can leave this in situ, you pull it down out of the mid-range hole, the wires are hard soldered again, so you need to desolder. Alright, so I just want to make that clear. If you decide to remove your treble unit to replace it, these bolts are nut and bolt. Do not try and damage your speaker or force or leave or anything. Okay, thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the videos. If you did, give me a like, give me a thumbs up. And we are basically we run a Mission Pilastro Facebook page, so it's basically a Mission Pilastro appreciation page or whatever. I think that's what it's called. But yeah, I mean, any information that I find on the speakers, anyone I talk to or have any information, I upload on the page. And you know, if it helps, brilliant. You know, if you have any information yourselves or any you know, details on the history of them, please just upload some photos as well. I'd like to get these speakers more well known. There's only a low number of sets made in the world, and I want to, you know, get them out there. I think they need to be appreciated a bit more. Thank you very much, and if you enjoyed, you know, give us a post.